Okay, hello and welcome to Secrets of Slowing the Aging Process. Just thank you so much for being here and for just your enthusiasm to learn and improve your health and investing in your time, and especially for supporting those that invited you here this evening that loved and cared about you enough to send you that invite. So make sure you pop in the chat and let us know where you're watching from as you come on. And we'll go ahead and just get started. I'm going to introduce myself first. And then my name is Bonnie Schnautz. Of course, I am trained as a digestive health specialist and a naturopathic doctor. And I started my journey about 20 years ago when I had just a long list of health issues. And I tried conventional methods, and it seemed to make things worse, not better, and it wasn't really getting to the root. And uh, and I really discovered whole clean food, supplementation, all the things from God and nature. And one by one, my body started to heal, and my health issues went away, from allergies to asthma to IBS to even clinical depression. And I always say this is, I haven't had to take an over-the-counter prescription in over 20 years, because I was able to, I feel like God gave me the resources and the knowledge and the wisdom to understand what truly heals our body. And we've never recommend that you go off any medications without the help of your medical doctor that has, supported you in that. Um, so with that, extremely passionate about helping women improve their health. And today I'm joined by my very dear friend from Indiana, and her name is Denise Romney. She is a nutritional health coach, and she is the founder of CEO Mama Club. So Denise, would you like to share a little bit about your background or about you?
Yeah, I would love to. And first of all, I'm all about fighting aging. Like, I want to slow it down as much as possible. I am 48 years old. I have 5 boys, and they are probably the ones that gave me this gray hair, so I don't think I can do anything about that, but it's fine. But it has been a long struggle for me to get those 5 boys. I dealt with infertility, irregularity, and chronic fatigue for years and years. My immune system, something happened, long ago as a teenager. I was diagnosed with Epstein-Barr, and it just kind of set my body up for needing extra support. I always want to frame things positive because we're listening, right? Our body's listening. So, it's been a pleasure to work with Bonnie for a number of years and glean insight and information from her as far as health and wellness and things that we can do. I've had the honor of being around so many people that see the power of whole food nutrition, supplementation, drinking water, exercising, to help us be our very best so that we can show up and be and do what we need to do. If it's taking care of our family or our loved ones as we age. And it's not always like, well, let's see, how do they say it? They say it's not if something happens, it's when, and hopefully if we do it right, it'll happen when we're really, 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 really old, right? And it won't affect us that much. Our body will be able to fight it really well, or maybe nothing will happen. I don't know, but my experience shows it's like when, and hopefully we can fight that off. But Bonnie is such a wealth of knowledge, so I'm glad to be part of this with her and to be able to help you too. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're both, as you can tell, very passionate about helping women reclaim their energy, their confidence. And our goal tonight is to give you hope, to give you some tools, and to give you options for your health. And we're just going to kind of, I want to talk about, things that I hear from women on a regular basis that I've been hearing for about 16 years. And maybe some of you can relate to these. And if you can, just like Denise had asked earlier, just put in the chat, what is your biggest kind of pain point? What is your challenge in health? And what I've noticed, and this is what I hear from a lot of women, is that belly fat, that fat around the middle that for me was never there for many, many years. that really just crept in, and that has been super frustrating because I really haven't changed how much I eat. Actually, I've increased my exercise, and it just won't budge. Second thing is brain fog, low mood, maybe motivational crashes, just not feeling, kind of in tune from a cognition standpoint. So that's, definitely one I hear a lot. The third one is energy, and that one should be first because I hear that probably first and foremost, that constant fatigue, that midday energy, that where, we maybe hit that 2 o'clock mark and we're just kind of done for the day, or we feel like we're done. And that we're sleeping, but we're not really getting restorative, restful sleep because we're not waking up with, energy and clarity and that rejuvenation that we should, because that's how God, what God created sleep for, right? So we could rest and repair. So with that, we're going to talk about basically hold on, let me bear with me here. Um, as I alluded to in the beginning, I tried conventional methods. I tried, what the doctors told me. And, what I learned is exactly this, is that Mother Nature is the ultimate biochemist, that there is no one better out there than God and nature to heal. And we'll talk a minute about, some of these products, they're either peptides or they're peptide support products, and we'll go into exactly that. And so, as we were stating that, most of us are trying to kind of beat Mother Nature in the aging game, right? And I've heard this said before that our goal should be to die young as late in life as possible. So we have the energy and the vitality to keep up with our grown children or younger children or grandchildren, wherever you're at, whatever phase. Because really what we're learning is that true anti-aging really has less to do with our vanity and how we look. It has everything to do with our muscles. That is truly the secret to aging and to being independent, physically independent and mentally. Because without that muscle, everything is harder, right? Your metabolism starts to slow. Muscle determines your resistance to sugar. And we know so many are struggling with either, prediabetes or diabetes. Our balance, right? What happens when our balance is off? We are more susceptible to falls. And then if we fall, the ability to recover may be more challenging. So we're increasing that risk of falls, fractures, and then everyday task. I hear all the time, oh, I can't get on the floor because I can't get up. So, these are things we don't have to experience. It's my favorite line is, it's common, it's not normal. And we start to think it's normal, and it's really not. And so carrying groceries, going upstairs, traveling, doing fun things. Those are all things we want to do for a long time. And there are things we can do, right? And I always want to leave helpful, lifestyle tips and, suggestions so you can take some things away. Lifting weights is critical, especially as we're coming into perimenopause, menopause, and even especially postmenopausal, because our estrogen levels really start to decline, and that's where the muscle wasting. And if for those that are using like a GLP, we know muscle wasting and muscle, loss is very rampant with that. So that's super critical. Vibration plates are great for balance, for bone density, any type of resistance bands, weighted vests. We know those are super popular. Whole, clean food, nutrition, as much fruits, vegetables, greens, nuts, and seeds as possible. Stay away from bags and boxes. And of course, supplementation is critical as well.
Well, I just want to say thank you for reminding me about the vibration plate because I need to dust mine off. I got it. I mean, and I put it in the corner, and I think we all have done that where we know inherently what we're supposed to do, eat fruits and vegetables, exercise, things like that. But the problem is food's not as nutritious. We don't eat the quantity, right? We don't exercise the way we're supposed to regularly. And so that is why we have to turn to some of these supplements sometimes. And I'm excited for you to share what is really the newest scientific research. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is when Denise brought this to my attention last year, and the products weren't even available. And when she explained to me what they are, I was like, okay, I'm all in. I want to learn everything I can. I want to know everything because when these products launch officially, I want to be there and I want to try them. I want to use them. I placed my order long before they were even available. So, anyways, so what are bioactive precision peptides? We know what the synthetics are. Those are the Ozempic, the Wegovys, the HBP 157. All those are synthetic. A lot of people call them natural. They're a little more natural, but at the end of the day, they're still synthetics. Ours are truly from nature. And what peptides are, they're short chain amino acids that are responsible from everything from muscle growth to mood, metabolism, recovery. They help restore the body to its natural state. We call that homeostasis. In today's world, these are things that just kind of get lost, right, from our environment, from our food, and that's where the peptides come in. And you just think of them like as the messengers, and they're telling your body what to do. They kind of remind me of protein catalysts, which are enzymes. And if those know me, I'm big into enzyme therapy. And these are very similar because they do, they tell your body what to do, that your body needs these instructions, especially as we age. So they tell it to move, or to recover faster, to build muscle, to curb cravings, to enhance cognitive function, clarity, mood, balance, resilience, hydration, cellular communication, all the things that are critical as we go through our day, right? To function. Okay.
Well, and it wasn't too long ago that my holistic health practitioner put me on peptides, but they were injected, and he did. He said that they were natural, but then as I researched, found out that they were synthetic. And let me tell you, they were $500 a month.
Yeah.
Now, I was taking them for muscle recovery after I had a health issue. And I noticed a huge impact right away and improvement, but there's no way I could keep that up at $500 a month. And I didn't feel comfortable using needles because most of those peptides that she's talking about are injected. I have young boys in the house. I didn't want them thinking I was like doing like some kind of testosterone or something, and now they want to do these things. Like I want to always be that kind of leader in my home, right? Like avoid the appearance of evil. So I just did not feel comfortable with needles, and I don't know if anybody can relate to that. And again, the cost, like it was prohibitive. So I was really
Yeah.
grateful to learn about what you're about to share with us and these powdered peptides that saved me a fortune. And I'll share more about what happened when I tried them later.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Yeah, I forget, like I said, I've not tried the others. So it's a great frame of reference. Okay. So basically, what we have are a total of seven different peptides or peptide support products within the Make Wellness company that we're representing. So as you see, the Peak Performance Collection is one of everything, but now technically there's six there, but we have a seventh we're kind of in pre-launch stage, which is our sleep product. We'll talk about that. We're extremely excited about that. So, and then the muscle and metabolic collection, which is what we're going to start with sharing, and then the mind and motivation. So anyways, what does muscle and metabolic collection, what does that consist of? It consists of three products. There's Fit, Lean, and Hydrate. And if you notice, if you see a gray box versus a white box means it's a support product. So that means there's not technically peptides in it, but it was developed to support the other two products. When we use them together, they're much more efficacious. They work better. So that's why we make sure that we, sell them and promote them and educate as a collection, not to just take, kind of one-off products, because we do know there is so much benefit in using them all together. So Fit, I have to say, is our flagship product without question. It is my favorite product without question. What this product does is, oh my goodness, so many amazing things. So we know, I'm going to give you some stats. So the primary outcome, reduce inflammation and increase muscle. And we talked about how important that is as we age. So here's some other statistics that we know that occur when you take Fit. And again, Fit is a powder pack you mix with water. It tastes like Tang, and it is absolutely delicious. Whether you like Tang or not, it is delicious. So most people experience 47% less fatigue. 47, that's huge, right? 103% faster recovery and strength, 4 times the protein synthesis than over whey protein, which is huge. Women need so much more protein. I've done several different programs where and through Make, we offer these programs. These are like $300 and $400 programs that if you purchase our products, you get to go through them free. So you're getting a $400 value, and they're just incredible. And what I learned from those, and what most women learn, we are so deficient in protein. So just taking this one little drink a day can increase your protein 4 times. So we don't have to eat all that much more. 54% improvement in performance. So for some of us, it may be running, a 5K or a marathon. For some of us, it's just gardening and going for a walk, or playing tennis, so whatever it is, just getting through the day, doing laundry, cleaning the house, all the things, we need that improvement, right? I mean, we all need that. So increased bone mineral. This, like I said, in my opinion, so many people are taking collagen. If I had to choose, this should come before collagen. Again, that's my thoughts on it. Because again, it does so much more than, like I said, in what collagen can do. So
Well, and remember, I was sharing about the injectables I use. I used them for 1 month, and I did notice a huge difference. But some of these things we need to take for a while. It takes a while to build back up the body. It takes a while to reverse damage already done. And I just recently started working out again, but it had been over a year since I was able to even exercise. I wasn't allowed to vacuum. Like doctor ordered, I could not vacuum. I could hardly walk up the steps. I couldn't walk my son to the bus stop without like heaving. Like I had to walk really slow so that my heart wouldn't race too much. And it was interesting. Like I did see improvement with the injectables, but then I started taking the Fit is my favorite as well. And started in November. By December, I was walking without huffing and puffing to the bus stop, and then I could start walking home the long way. And now I'm working out 3 to 4 times a week without any problems. And the muscle definition that I am getting is better than I have ever had since I was probably 18 years old. Like, if I'm impressing my 18-year-old son with my muscles from just the little working out that I am doing, because I do Pilates, like, I can't wait to see what continues to happen. So I am a huge fan of that Fit. Like that muscle strength and recovery, I'm seeing it all over the place with me.
That's amazing. Thank you. And I forgot to mention, which this is huge, and because I mentioned, this is definitely my favorite product as well. I have degenerative disc and scoliosis, and with that, I experience constant low back. It's not always pain, it's just this horrific ache. I mean, it's just I have pads that I stand on, so I have to stand part of the day. It was basically every hour and a half, I would have to move. I would have to stand, I would have to walk around. I could not sit for more than an hour, couldn't really be in a car for more than an hour. The pain and the discomfort was so intense. And honestly, I have done nothing else but these peptides. And this, like I said, I know without a doubt that this is the reason why. So again, I can't say that that's going to happen for you, but like I said, I no longer have to go to the chiropractor. I was going every single week. I was getting massages every week. That's very time consuming and it's extremely expensive. So this was an incredible investment in time and money saved for me. So yes, so praise God for sure for these products. So the second product in the muscle and metabolic is our lean. Okay, everyone loves lean. Why? Because it targets visceral fat. They used to tell us, oh, you can't target, there's no such thing as, targeted weight loss. Well, this does actually. So because we know 100% of the weight loss from those that take the lean, and it is a capsule, as you can see, comes from fat. And 65% of that fat is from the trunk, which is, of course, the belly and the waistline. So we know that's where the fat's coming from. So, and it does not come from lean muscle like the synthetics. And that's where it becomes dangerous, right? Because the very thing we need to hold on to as we age is impacted in a very negative way. So, and then we also know people that take our lean average about 600 fewer calories consumed per day because it quiets the food noise. I used to snack a lot. I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm pretty faithful about that, of course, but all the constant snacking, it's just gone. I just really don't have those cravings. Every once in a while, I will have a snack, but I can go breakfast to lunch, and I've never been able to do that until these. So um, they are, again, probably probably our second favorite, or maybe the favorite for many women and men, of course. So third component is our hydrated, and that is for cell function. We know that when you use hydrated, you can use it standalone in between, but when used with fit and lean, there's better optimization of those products along with energy. It has coconut water powder in it, which is one of the best sources of hydration. I always tell clients if they get sick, get coconut water. Not just any coconut water. There's good sources and there's not so good sources. So, and of course, solar sea salt, and so many electrolytes on the market. I will just say it, they're junk. Just be careful. The one that a lot of people use is sugar. The other one is table salt. They're way too high in sodium. I could go on, and the others have artificial colors. This is one that, again, super convenient. You just pop it in your water bottle and you're good to go. We have a fruit punch flavor and we have a grapefruit, because, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. And I like to take both of them because they both, they taste great and they work. And we need hydration constantly. And through testing, what I find is that women are overhydrated. That means they're drinking too much water, believe it or not, yes, and they're dehydrated at the same time. This happens all the time because we're drinking filtered water that has been stripped of all the minerals. Our food is stripped of minerals. And so it just creates this vicious cycle that over-consuming water puts stress on the kidneys, it further dilutes minerals, and a whole plethora of other health issues that it can create. So that is the final product in our muscle and metabolic collection.
Jody has a question here, so I'll answer that while you switch slides.
Okay.
I do. Some people will mix some of the packets together. They taste good together. Hydrated tastes good with energized, which she's going to talk about. But I know that I don't normally drink enough water, and I know you can drink too much too, but I don't really drink enough. So I will put it in about 30 ounces. And I'll do my fit in the morning, and then I do my hydrated. And then when I hit that wall about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right before the kids come home, I do energize, which Bonnie's about to talk about. So I will spread mine out just so that I can drink more water because it's much more enjoyable when it tastes good.
Okay, awesome. So again, this is our mind and motivation collection, which consists of the energized, focused, and calm. I'll go through these pretty quickly so we can get through. So this is for increased physical energy. It doesn't spike like coffee or energy drinks where you have this real high peak and then you just crash. It's very slow sustained. I am caffeine sensitive. I have no issues with any of our products that contain caffeine because they come from a green coffee bean, not traditional sources. So they help your body at a cellular level. And how I take mine is that I take my Fit first thing in the morning with my lean, and then I take the energized that I take it immediately after lunch. It's a great rhythm for me to sustain my energy all day. Okay, and then next we have focused. Focus is just what it says, enhance cognitive function. As a bonus, we have Lutamax in there, which of course lutein we know helps with eye strain, blue light exposure that we're getting from our computers. The ginkgo peptides in this enhance your memory, they help with focus and concentration, as well as fight mental fatigue. And phosphatidylserine, that's a big word, I know. I'm a huge fan. I could go on and on. I take phosphatidylserine, I take phosphatidylcholine, I take four different ones every single day because it is so important for your brain function. Okay, last but not least is calm. So many people that deal with anxious feelings, stress on a regular basis. And this isn't going to be like a sedative type product. It is a direct to tongue application. So basically, you pop this open, pour it right under the tongue. I carry this with me everywhere. You can take it while you're driving. If you're here in the South Carolina area, if you're on Interstate 26, you're going to want to keep this with you at all times. There's crazy drivers out there. So I take this if it gets a little stressful. I love to take it with the Focused. Focused is a capsule. So I take these two together when I really want to get enhanced focus at whatever I'm, kind of working on at my desk. Doesn't make me sleepy. However, when I take it at night, which I typically do around maybe 30 minutes before bedtime, it really does help support sleep. So it's not necessarily, like I said, going to make you sleepy, but it just does help support sleep in that manner. So just general relaxation. So wonderful combination of products. Okay, so these are the two collections. It's a really simple. We don't have 300 products, which I love. No catalogs to go through. Um, However, and we're going to get to this in a minute. I'm going to talk about our new seventh product that's not quite released yet, but we do have access to a few boxes. If you were invited by your affiliate rep, then they may have access to that as well, and we can share that. So, what are the benefits of one of the benefits of purchasing from Make? Of course, like many companies, they have a subscribe and save where you can save 10% each month that you have them on the subscribe and save, and then also receive free shipping. Everybody loves their free shipping. And then on the fourth month and going forward, you'll save 20% if you keep your products on subscribe and save. So for me, that is a huge, huge benefit, and people love the advantages of that. Okay. All right, and now this is our new superstar called Restored. Um, so I typically don't wear a watch to bed. I'm not a fan of the whole wearing anything on my body to bed. I don't know where my watch even is, but I did it intentionally to kind of test. And without the Restored, I slept about 6.5 hours. With Restored, I slept about 8. And you can see the stats here that for that initial test that they ran, 72% had deeper sleep, more REM sleep. They felt more restored. They had better daytime energy. And I can say without a doubt, I typically do sleep between 6 and 8 hours. However, I never wake up like and want to jump out of bed. This morning, after taking my Restored, I really felt energized for the first time in a long time. And we do tell you, it's going to take a couple weeks to get in your system, but I'm thinking if I felt that much mentally sharper in one capsule, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen when, it's in my body for even a longer period of time. So, okay. And why is sleep so important? I preach this all the time. Okay. Sleeping pills, unfortunately, don't really give us restful, restorative sleep. They don't give us the REM, the deep sleep. This isn't sedation at all. And think about people that are caregivers, that are moms, taking, unfortunately, the sedatives will not allow you to wake up quickly. You won't wake up as refreshed. A lot of people complain that they're so groggy. And that's just typical with common sleep medications as well as dependency, intolerance. These don't knock you out. They don't disrupt the REM or the restorative. Like I said, they're a beautiful combination of just some herbs from, um, they contain what are the L-theanine, GABA, and apigenin. I can never say that. And it is actually one of the chemical constituents of chamomile, typically, is where that comes from. And that has been known to help with relaxation. And one of the test applicants, she noted that she actually ended up losing 10 pounds just by taking the Restore, because we know when our cortisol is reduced and we get good sleep, we don't overconsume foods. Our body is able to function and do what it needs to do. So other things you can do to support good sleep hygiene is go to bed at the same time, stop your caffeine, limit your caffeine, stop eating after 6 p.m. Digital detox is get off your electronics at least an hour before bedtime, and make sure that sunlight hits your eyes in the morning to reset your circadian rhythm, because so many people, their cortisol and their melatonin is inverted. And that's why we don't sleep well. So, okay, I know was a lot of information. But we want to leave time for questions. So when we say you have three options, you've heard some great information, and we so appreciate you being here, and we thank you for supporting the affiliates that invited you here tonight. Number two, you can make a decision and you can start supporting your body today and experience these wonderful results as we have. And number three, if you're interested in making money, saving money, and really sharing this and serving others, you can become an affiliate. There's absolutely no charge. So there are three wonderful paths that you can choose today. So Denise, I'm going to let you take it from here. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming. First of all, Bonnie did a great job. You may have more questions and maybe you don't. Just get back with the person that invited you and they can give you a link. And the reality is you probably did think of some people that you were like, oh my gosh, Susie needs this, or Johnny, or my best friend at work, or whatever. If you're thinking about other people that might want this, then you may want to consider being an affiliate. Essentially, it's just a code and you share it, and then you get rewarded for sharing it. There's no pressure, there's no minimum or max you have to sell or anything like that. We're just here to get the message out. Most people don't know about peptides yet. This really is a one-of-a-kind product. It is in very, very high demand. Our very first year in business, we should hit $100 million in sales this first year. We're consistently continuing to grow, and people are getting results. They're feeling better, they're looking better, they're stronger, they're leaner, they're fitter, they're more focused, they're more energized. And now they can also have better sleep. This is not the end of our product line. We will be expanding. And why miss out? Why miss out? Why not? I mean, some people have always been like, I wish I would have gotten in early. I wish I would have gotten an Uber. I wish I would have gotten an Airbnb. I wish I. And you don't have to wish anymore if it's something that you want to do. Now, again, if you just want to take products, just take products, try it. But if you found yourself thinking of some other people, then go ahead and join as an affiliate as well. You can get the launch box which comes with all of the products. It's the only way to get the restored sleep product right now. And you get 5 codes that you can share with a friend so they can get the restored. You also get some other perks too, like you could earn a $500 gift card, plus earn $500 just by like having 8 friends get the products. So there are some benefits and perks to it. So if you're looking for a way to make extra money, pay off some debt, have more flexibility, donate more, this is possibly a good way to do this as well. Now we know it's not a fit for everyone, but it's something I love doing. I have been educating, first I did fruits and vegetables and I helped make them really popular. And then I helped make collagen really popular. And now I get to help share the story of peptides. And we are looking for people that want to do that as well. So thank you so much for coming. Just grab the person that invited you, tell them thank you, tell them what you liked best and where you think that you want to do. Just try the products or share it with some friends. Thanks again for coming.
Yeah, and make sure that you get with the person that invited you and let them know, because I am going to put everyone's name in a drawing that attended, and I am giving away the restored for whoever wants it. If you don't want the restored, if you sleep great, I will sub it out for one of the other products. But like I said, right now this is very limited. It will officially launch in November. I have access to a few extra boxes. So if you're connected to me, let me know if you would like that. So yeah, somebody's going to be very, very lucky. So any other questions before we wrap up?
I do see one question. Is it Caprice?
Yes.
So we do have some research on this. We have some white papers on it as well. So you've got clinical studies, you've got double-blind, placebo-controlled studies on it. And so we can get that to you if you like to nerd out on that. We also have calls on Thursday night that go just into product and just into the research by the formulators and the PhDs and all the people that do those smart things.
Yeah, you can really, if you want to dig into more of the science, that's Thursday evenings and you are all welcome to that. We don't hide anything. It's all, like I said, all there and available for everyone. And I did want to mention that right now we are in is it pre-launch pricing for the products in October, that there will be a price, shift. So if you're thinking about it, don't think too long. So if you do purchase by the end of this month and you lock it in on subscription, they will honor those prices through the end of 2025, which is very generous. So anything that you put on subscribe and save will be at the original price what it is now. So
Perfect.
yeah, so
Perfect. All right. Thanks,
well,
everybody.
yes, thanks everyone. And I appreciate you, your time and attention. And congratulations for investing this time in your health and let us know how we can help you. Okay. Good night, everyone.